Today, we will talk about overpopulation. We specifically mean a situation in which the Earth cannot regenerate the resources used by the world's population each year. Experts say this has been the case every year since 1970, with each successive year becoming more and more demanding. This problem sounds somewhat complicated and severe. Sure it is, but today there are still people who don't believe in it. In Monterrey Tech, which is one of the most important institutions in Mexico, a video has been popularizing where it is stated that there is no such a problem. But it's not like that. That opinion that is given from the perspective of someone privileged, someone who has not finished their studies. Soon, in the future, we will live on the same planet which will have fewer resources. We can simplify this problem in a few small examples. Before, you used to go to a forest to rest, which is no longer due to the need to create new homes. Perhaps you are an unemployed person who does not work due to the lack of employment. This is perhaps how the problem could be explained in a simple way. In order to make an argument against the idea that there is no existing problem, we must look at the causes and effects, which will be taken from the internet and other media.
At the root of overpopulation is the difference between the overall birth rate and death rate in populations. If the number of children born each year equals the number of adults that die, then the population will stabilize. Technological revolutions and population explosions occur at the same time. Agricultural advancements in the 20th century have allowed humans to increase food productions using fertilizers, herbicides, and pesticides, and yields further. This allowed humans with more access to food that leads to subsequent population explosions. Technological advancement was perhaps the biggest reason why the balance has been permanently disturbed. Medical science made many discoveries, thanks to which they were able to defeat a whole range of diseases. Illnesses that had claimed thousands of lives until now were cured because of the inventions of vaccines. When talking about overpopulation, we should understand that there is psychological component as well. Poverty is considered as the leading cause of overpopulation. In the absence of educational resources coupled with high death rates, which resulted in higher birth rates. That is why impoverished areas are seeing large booms in population. Many people prefer to move developed countries like the US, UK, Canada, and Australia, where the best facilities are available in terms of medical education, security, and employment. The result is that those people settle over there, eventually making those places overcrowded.
An increase in the world's population will cause additional strains on resources. More people means an increased demand for food, water, housing, energy, healthcare, transportation, which are really difficult to find. And all that consumption contributes to a logical degradation, which brings increased conflicts and a higher risk of large-scale disasters like pandemics. An increase in population will inevitably create more deforestation, decreased biodiversity, and spikes in pollution and emissions, which will expand climate change. Also, overpopulation has the potential to trigger an increase in violence and political unrest. We are already seeing wars fought over water, land, and energy resources in the Middle East and other regions, and this situation is likely to increase as the global population grows even larger. Many of the recent disasters that have devastated humans around the world, including COVID-19, Zika virus, Ebola, and West Nile virus, originated in animals or insects before passing to humans. Part of the reason the world is entering a period of increased outbreak activity is because humans are destroying wildlife habitats and coming into contact with wild animals on a more regular basis. Now that we're in a pandemic, it has become clear how difficult it is to social distance in a world that is occupied by nearly 8 billion people.